Yes, sir, yes.
I have the impression that it is not possible to understand beyond a certain limit. However, I have the impression that it is possible to accept that there are limits.
Limits?
The limits of comprehension. For example, I can utilize some, what I would call knowledge, to organize a trip to here or to repair a broken car or something like that. But really,
that's all.
Yeah, that's all.
That is.
But I am able to comprehend that there are limits to my comprehension. And then I have the impression that I'm not longing anymore for
to repair a car. You see, you learn the mechanics of it through repeated efforts on your part. You perfect it, you see. But here, it is that attempt on your part to try to understand, again, is the limiting factor. I don't know if I make myself clear. These two are two different things.
Yeah, I think that
we can understand through repeated, through repetition of doing the same thing, you know, learning something that you missed before, and perfect it. Here it is quite different. Even trying to understand the limitations, he is the one that is limiting it. So what I am saying is there is nothing to understand. This was my problem too. Somewhere along the line I realized that this instrument, you see, the intellect which we have developed through years by studying, is not the one that can help me to understand. It cannot help me to understand. It is very useful for me in this world, you see. You know. Otherwise, it will not be possible for me to live sanely and intelligently in this world. It is very useful for me. Very useful, that instrument. But others come and tell you that there is another way of understanding through intuition, through this, that and the other. I rejected them all because, you see, I found that it was the same thing as this, you see, in a different way, you know. But this is not the instrument and there is no other instrument. I never said to myself there is nothing to understand at that time. That finished it. But the statement that I am making, this is not the instrument and there is no other instrument, then there is nothing to understand, is a misleading statement, you see. So you cannot say that there is nothing to understand. You can repeat that there is nothing to understand. But the movement is still trying to understand. So your statement, there is nothing to understand, has no meaning. I don't know if I make myself clear.
I think as far as it is possible to be expressed in words, I think it is.
You will never tell yourself that there is nothing to understand. If that is the case there, and then there is no further movement to understand anything.
I myself have, for example, I am an engineer, and if I buy a piece of furniture in a store which is not assembled, and I bring it at home.
You took it apart?
No, I not took it apart. I have to assemble it, and I am a proud engineer, so I put it together, but when I am finished and two parts are still laying on the ground, that means I made a mistake. For me, it is some kind of fun, because then the model or the concept of this piece of furniture was not appropriate for the purpose I was using it. But there is nothing to be said about or something.
No, but
like
the mistakes you commit can be corrected through a repetitive process. But that is not applicable here, you know, our wanting to understand. Is of no help to us. Wanting means you are still thinking. See, wanting and thinking go together. So thinking means you need more and more knowledge. We already have tremendous amount of knowledge, but adding more and more is only strengthening and fortifying the demand to know more and more than what we already know.